Hey entrepreneurs, it's AJ and I'm here at Berrima Business Park, or is it Darwin Corporate Park? I'm not too sure on the branding, I'm a little bit confuzzled, but that's okay. Right now I'm standing in front of the Territory Business Centre, and it's an appropriate location for this video because I want to talk to you guys about business confidence here in the NT. Okay, so business confidence in the NT. Here's the story, okay? I met up with a lot of people, some of who you'll see on camera. I'll release the videos. A lot of people you're not going to see because I didn't feel comfortable interviewing them given the information they were providing me. So I've sussed everything out and I realized why things are the way they are. So this whole thing about the economy's dead, it's dying, well, you're right, if you've got that perspective. Because here's what's happened. For 30 odd years, business has been exactly the same. People in business have just had to throw open their doors and get a wealth of customers come through, and they never really had to improve their business. They never really had to chase work. But now things have changed. One, the dynamics of the economy up here have changed. And two, consumers and customers have changed their behavior. So if you're a retailer that's had it great for 30 odd years and you're used to having money flowing to you in avalanches of abundance, why on earth would you change? There's no reason to. But things have changed now and you need to evolve yourself. But here's the thing, a lot of businesses just lack the mindset to be able to evolve. Hence, that's why you saw all those empty shops in the mall. The value proposition in business, successful business today, is different. And in order to stay in business, you need to change, okay? You can't just keep blaming the government, you can't keep blaming people, you can't expect the government to put up shade cloths everywhere to make it all warm and fuzzy, cool and calm for people to come into your store. You need to go change your mindset and look at business still gets done. Take a look at this, right? The CBD, yeah, it's empty, yeah, there's a few empty shops, but there's still restaurants around because people need to eat. There's still fuel stations around because people need to put petrol in the car. There's still barbers and hairdressers around because why? People need grooming services. Why is that? Why are those businesses successful? Well, yeah, they've got core services necessary, but they're also present a value proposition that makes life easy to buy from them. Take a look at Casuarina, right? The redevelopment of Casuarina, it's phenomenal. Now, why on earth did the owners of Casuarina invest time, money, and energy in redeveloping it? Because they saw that that's where the population's more expanding to. See, Darwin's at the outskirts. Darwin City's at the outskirts, and the population grows down like that. So, why on earth would a person who lives down here travel all the way into the city just to buy a dress? Doesn't make sense. And it's just retailers have been so used to foot traffic. They haven't diversified in even their sales and marketing channels, you know, they're still relying on the foot traffic. Have they developed an online presence? No. Have they developed YouTube videos and invested in social media? No. They just throw open the doors and expect customers to come to them. And things have changed. So here's the opportunity for everyone right now. Elevate your thinking. Elevate your thinking and learn. Take a trip outside of Darwin and have a look at how things get done down south. How can you change your business to actually make it more valuable customers? That's my challenge to you. Now, second bit about business confidence. Look, I firmly believe that not everyone should be in business. I know that comes as a shock to you, but listen, here's the thing. If you have a little bit of money and you have an idea, I look at things in terms of giving you the best possible success, right? But if you're the sort of person that doesn't learn, doesn't have a growth mindset, isn't willing to work hard when things go wrong, then you should not be in business, simply because you're better off investing that time, money, and energy into getting yourself another job. I know that sounds really harsh, but it's just the way life is, and it's always been like that. And I look at this whole situation in terms of evolutionary biology. And it's not the strongest of the species that survive, it's the ones that adapt. Ironic really, because Charles Darwin said that and the city's named after him. So yeah, so just on that, right, the quality of business education here in the NT is inadequate. It was fine years and years ago, but the basics are good, but it's not enough. there are no programs in place for you to go from $0 to $1 million. If you're over $1 million, there's a beautiful new program that's come in, but you need to spare 12 grand. And look, if you've got $1 million turnover, you don't really, 12 grand's nothing. You can actually afford to pay the full 36 grand, literally. So I'm not too sure about the subsidy. But anyway, if you're $0 to $1 million, there's nothing really here to support you other than some business consultants, and I didn't have time to look into them, but there's nothing here, like I know that area very well because I've spent the last 10 years doing it for businesses down south, to help them go from idea to $250,000 turnover or 300,000 turnover, right? And I use my tools and techniques to get them there. And so I know it's possible, but there's nothing here like that, which is a shame. But also you've got these outdated programs that aren't useful anymore. You've got this thing called Right Series NT on Twitter. It's a Twitter account and it's automated and it's designed to take other popular tweets and retweet them, but it's designed to demonstrate best practices. There is nothing best practices about that today. And that's been running for about 10 years. I don't know if it's still funded by government, but that should just be abolished. Like, even if government don't actually run it anymore, just get rid of it because it's embarrassing, okay? And just stuff like that. There's so many initiatives here that just aren't enough. And I think that needs to change as well. You need to really engage businesses and look at what would you actually want. And here's the fundamental thing. Instead of consulting with these businesses, collaborate with them. And there's the difference. There's a lot of consultation process in government, but there's no collaboration here. Now, I'm not saying that, I'm not trying to blame government here. Look, they are doing the best they can. I honestly believe that, okay? I honestly believe that. But is it enough? No. And there's a lot more that could be done. And the biggest shift that they need to make is start collaborating with businesses, co-create programs, and then beautiful things will happen. And I cannot wait to share with you my one big idea to transform everything here in the NT. It's just so exciting, and that'll happen at the end. So I'm going to leave it here, entrepreneurs. I've given you a couple of things to think about. So one, if you're a business owner, elevate your thinking, adapt to change. Remember, how you think is more important than what you think. So change the way you think about your business, and I promise you beautiful things will happen. The second thing is we need to change the business level of business education here in the NT because it's inadequate. There's so much opportunity, so much potential, and I can't wait to see things shift. But that's really up to you. Elevate your thinking, embrace a new mindset, let our leaders, support our leaders to get on with fixing things and make the territory a better place. All right, entrepreneurs, that's me done. Whatever happens in business and in life, I wish you nothing but success. Take care.